Trokka can be incredibly frustrating as she tries to stay at range, often jumping away from the player, forcing you to move more than any boss up until this point. As a mage-style boss, the best approach is to stay aggressive, as you can stagger her out of most of her combos if you attack fast enough. Most of her projectile attacks also do chip damage if you brink guard them, as well as frost buildup, so you should aim to dodge these attacks to prevent this, and try to move near her with your dodges in order to be able to attack afterward. Usually the first thing Trokka does in Phase 1 is summon 3 purple water orbs around her that fire at you rather quickly with a slightly longer delay between the second and third projectiles. Try to dodge through these while moving towards her and attack her if you can with your dodge attack move, as you can interrupt her if you can attack her while she's casting. She can also do another projectile attack where she'll float to the side for a couple of seconds and then fire a beam at you from her umbrella, and then repeats this 2 more times with a slightly longer delay on the third projectile. Make sure to time your dodges for just after she lands and try to dodge to where she'll be landing so you can attack after the third projectile. Again, you should try to dodge towards her so you can attack her and interrupt her as she casts if you can. She has a third projectile attack in this phase where she'll summon 3 larger purple water orbs around her, and these will fire off at you one after the other without any animation from her. These move more slowly and you can just sprint one direction or the other to avoid them. She also has a 3-hit melee combo that she'll do rarely that sometimes follows her grab attack. She will wind up and swing slightly delayed from the left, then the right, before a delayed upward swing from under you. These are relatively easy to brink guard, and you should attack immediately after or even between them if you're fast enough. She has a deadly grab move with her umbrella that will glow pink while it's folded up, and she'll wind up to spear you with it. This mostly happens after her umbrella is used as a shield from your attacks, so look for it then and dodge backward as soon as you see it, or you'll have a deadly status that reduces your stamina to almost nothing, which can end your fight before it even begins. If there was one move you absolutely must dodge in this fight, it would be this one. Be on the lookout for the whirlpool she can sometimes summon under you, which deals a ton of damage. Either block or dodge when you see it. It can catch you off guard, so this can be a hard one to read. She will periodically float backward and summon a dozen or so purple water orbs over her head. Whenever you see this, you should move towards her as close and as fast as you can, and dodge through the orbs when they fire off in order to attack immediately. This is one of the best attacks to punish in this fight, so do so every time if you can, and don't dodge too early, because the orbs can loop backward and hit you in the back if you dodge too early. She has a burst attack that she does, usually when very far from you, where she twirls her umbrella and charges at you like a projectile. You can also trigger this burst attack by hitting her umbrella when she puts it out to block against you, which will be parried by her and she'll back up to do a burst attack. It's easy to counterattack this too early, so make sure you wait until she arrives where you are standing. She will do this several times throughout the fight, so be ready for it anytime that she's not near you. She can also periodically summon a thundercloud that follows you and damages you if it catches you. Try to sprint in a wide circle if possible so it cannot catch you, but also because it leaves an AoE where it goes that still damages you after the attack is over for some time. So by making a wide pattern, you're less likely to step on these while fighting Trokka afterwards. If you play very aggressively, occasionally Trokka will do a counterattack while you strike her. This happens when her umbrella glows purple, and she'll summon jellyfish to explode around her. So if you notice her umbrella glowing while you attack, dodge backwards immediately to avoid taking damage and being poisoned. This attack only happens when you're in striking distance, so she will not do this any other time. It's also worth noting that with enough damage you can stagger her out of summoning the jellyfish, but it's difficult to pull off and you should not rely on it. Once she hits around 60% health, Phase 2 will begin, and she'll start it by jumping up and riding along the water wall, summoning jellyfish in the arena, and firing multiple projectiles at you, which you must dodge. It is important to keep track of her health bar so you know when this phase will begin, as you want to have as much stamina as possible when this happens. As soon as she flies up, run towards her to find a blue jellyfish, which will provide increased stamina recovery. You can use the extra stamina to dodge all of her many projectiles, while trying not to hit the poison jellyfish on the sides. Note that the last projectile is ever so slightly delayed, so make sure to time that correctly. While dodging the first volley, it's best to try and dodge to the opposite side of the arena or to stay in the middle of the jellyfish circle if possible. This is because she has a second volley of projectiles right after the first, and there will be a second blue jellyfish for more stamina recovery. If you're too far to one side, you may not be able to get to the blue jellyfish before the second set of projectiles arrive. You can also sprint through the projectiles, but it's somewhat hard to pull off. If you dodge the first one and then sprint either diagonally left or right, you can get through this part. Once you finish dodging these, you'll have to dodge a wave of purple projectiles that all come at once. Dodge into it a bit earlier than you'd think, and then she will follow up with a burst attack. The burst attack takes longer to get to than her typical burst attack, so wait a little bit longer than usual to perform the counterattack. This special volley attack will be repeated as the fight goes on, so you want to try to kill her as quickly as possible so you don't have to face this more than 2 times. Phantom form can be a great way to mitigate a lot of damage during this attack as well, if you're low on Netherworld energy and bad at dodging. During this phase, she can shoot a new type of projectile at you that looks like diagonal water blades. She has 2 variations of this attack, one where she just fires 2 blades at you, and one where she fires 3 blades at you and then does a very fast burst attack afterwards. Dodge these the same as other projectile attacks, trying to dodge towards her, and note that these projectiles land a little bit after they would seem to hit, so don't dodge too early. She can also sometimes charge you with her umbrella in this phase, just like the burst attack, but it won't actually be a burst attack. She'll usually do this once or twice and then follow up with a real burst attack afterwards, so be ready for it if you see the regular charged attack. And finally, other than these attacks being added, she'll do the same ones from phase 1, so be ready for them and punish them just like you did in that phase.
Thank you for the strength you've given me, Master Osmo. Now Khazan will die! Osmo, I'll wait for you.
We'll be right back.